Hello, so this is Becoming Professional. So it's my final project for my counseling class. So I figured I would share this video. Um, and I made it like a PowerPoint. So integrity, truth, commitment, I kind of like because it's all part of being a good professional. So this is going over my current competencies, which include my MERT-C, my CRMA, and my first aid/CPR is what I'm currently competent for. My goal after I leave college is to work with adults with mental illness and help them get connected with resources to establish a better quality life for themselves. I want to be a case manager who works with the homeless adult population. This population has a lot of problems, including substance use, mental health issues, criminal history, and criminal issues, and even physical health needs. How I will maintain professional competencies. To maintain my professional competencies, I will become a lifelong learner. I will continue to improve my education around mental health and substance use. I am currently in the process of applying for the CADC with my education from the Eastern Maine Community College. To maintain my professional competence, I will also use on-the-job learning and training, which is an important way of developing competence, participate in new projects, working groups in my workplace, attend training courses, seminars, conferences in and outside the company, read and study on my own, use e-learning possibilities, do web research on specific personal items and professional items, learn through networking and discussion groups inside and outside my company or organization, join expert groups of technical organizations, reflect on what I've done and learned. That will deepen the knowledge and help me look for things from new angles. So, I'm gonna get on this spaceship. My clinical therapeutic approach. I had to think a lot about this one because I feel like all the therapeutic approaches have validity depending on the client's needs and personal experiences. I've used motivational interviewing and cognitive behavioral approaches in the past when I was working with kids. I would most likely be using motivational interviewing, cognitive behavioral approaches, and person-centered approaches that focus on client strengths. So increasing my competencies in my approach. This is like the list on the previous slide about maintaining my professional competencies. I will use on-the-job learning and training and an important way of developing competence. Attend training courses, seminars, conferences in and outside my company, read and study on my own using e-learning possibilities, learn through networking and discussion groups inside and outside of my company, join expert groups of technical organizations, but I also reflect on what I've done and learned, but I will also practice role-playing using my strategies and approaches. Maintaining my energies in this field. Burnout is something that when you just run out of energy in this field. The work is important and can burn you at the same time. To maintain my energy in this field, I will use self-care activities such as talking to my supervisor or coworkers, have a game night with friends, exercise, have a craft night with crafts that I like such as knitting, drawing, and painting, spend some time with my family, maintain a good level of sleep, eat healthy foods, set limits. Setting limits related to your schedule, client needs, and even your family commitments. A structured schedule is the best way to prevent burnout and to clearly identify when you work and when you have downtime. Maintain boundaries. Perhaps and the most important thing you can do to prevent burnout is to maintain firm boundaries with clients, colleagues, and even family and friends. And finally, have a day to just have me time. And as it says in this little picture right here that I found, self-care isn't selfish. So ensuring individuals' confidentiality while living in Maine. Rural social work practice contributes to the social work mission of advocating for social justice and extending access to services for underserved populations. Small communities pose challenges to confidentiality, particularly when relatively few professionals, social workers, interact with providers and community members who may have limited understanding of professional ethics. Effective rural practice involves loyalty-based community development, protecting clients from any negative consequences of a dual relationship in rural settings, and it is about setting clear boundaries and discussing possible conflicts. To ensure an individual's confidentiality, while living in rural Maine, I will, if I believe my knowledge of the person will interfere with professional judgment, I will refer them to another professional. Always use informed consent procedures in professional relationships. Include a discussion of dual relationships and potential for boundary crossings during the assessment process. Develop a plan of action regarding how boundary crossings will be handled. The development of a plan of action regarding boundary crossings prior to the occurrence enhance a client's ability to maintain control of their privacy. And conduct evaluations throughout the therapeutic relations on how boundary crossings are being handled, and if there needs to be any tweaks and things like that. So working with a person that distrusts. As a case manager, you can make a significant impact on the level of trust your clients experience within the system, and therefore the outcomes they enjoy. You're not just providing a service but building a relationship with the goal of developing trust. Some clients will come to you with a lot of distrust because of their experiences with the system. To help this person, I would be honest with them at all stages of the treatment. I will maintain their confidentiality as much as I can, and if I must break their confidentiality, I will try to talk about them with them first. I will maintain my professionalism by showing up to my appointments as scheduled and dressing appropriately. I will show empathy to their experience and validate their feelings about past experiences. I will remain calm and sit with them when they're having a hard time. I will be sincere, reliable, and committed to my client. I will also maintain professional integrity, competence, and consistency. So, how COVID-19 changed social work? Social workers are facing increasingly complex client needs during the coronavirus disease of 2019, COVID-19 pandemic. Because of the social distancing requirements of the pandemic, social workers have undergone transformative changes in practice with the rapid uptake of virtual technologies. Even in 2021, a lot of things have changed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In one study, they listed 5 themes on the impact on social work practice. These themes included clients with increasing complexities, challenges with transition to virtual care, benefits with transition to virtual care, adapting in-person services, and personal well-being. My thoughts on these changes. I will always prefer to meet a person in person instead of virtually. I think that you can tell a lot about a client's well-being and behaviors in person that you can't tell necessarily through a screen. I think I would need some practice with clients virtually to become more comfortable, but I think the changes bring better quality care to more Mainers because people who are in further areas who don't have much for services can now get those services through virtual care. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching.